What? About Santa Claus riding the bronc? Yeah, I'll tell that one. 'Twas the night before Christmas. All the ponies had been fed. I was trying to choke down a few beans before bed. But my old belly was churning. They just wouldn't sit well. It was going to be a long night, I could tell. Because in my string of horses, there's one called St. Nick. And thinking about riding him sometimes made me sick. An old flipper had come in with a front leg of dragging last fall during shipping when we was out on the wagon. St. Nick was an extra in the outfits for Muda. Every time you got on him, he'd give a gift to you. That gift was a bronc ride. And I don't mean no hopping. He was sin-covered lightning that'd get your ears to popping. Now, St. Nick liked to buck, but that wasn't all. He'd kick you and bite you. He was sure bad to paw. But the boss cut him to me. That's just part of the deal. Old Flipper got turned out for the winter to heal. I thought it was kind of funny that it was St. Nick's turn to go, with me Christmas morning checking heifers in the snow. So I laid in my bedroll with the fireplace a-cracking. I had terrible nightmares about my poor neck a-snapping. I woke up at midnight and again at 2:30. I thought I'll go saddle St. Nick up a little early. I thought I'll set him to soak with the cinches pulled tight. Come daybreak, that'll help take out some of the fight. Well, I got him saddled out there in the dark. It was kind of like hand feeding breadcrumbs to a shark. I came back inside to wipe the blood off my head to see how much of my white shirt turned red. I lay down again. Maybe now I could rest. He was still going to try me, but maybe not with his best. I just closed my eyes when I heard such a racket. I stumbled out of bed and put on my denim jacket. As I walked to the barn, the moon lit the stage and the icicles shone bright on the high desert sage. Out there in the big pen on a fresh carpet of white, my eyes took in the most amazing wild sight. St. Nick was making a wide, crooked leap with a pot-bellied feller sitting up there in the seat. Well, he throwed him his head with one hand in the air, and St. Nick touched the ground and growled like a bear. I'll tell you, in my life, boys, I sure seen some rides, but I thought that critter would buck out of his hide. He had jumped sideways while he chewed on a foot as the red fuzzy jacket popped out chimney soot. He'd show you his belly, stand on his head. I noticed the fat feller's cheeks turning red. Well, St. Nick finally winded, throwed his head up, started licking his lips like an old gentle pup. The round feller stepped down and handed me the reins. I noticed in his mouth a broken candy cane. Well, that's when it hit me. My mind started to click. I'd just watched St. Nick ride old St. Nick. Then I noticed his team and his little red sleigh. His reindeers was hobbled eating some of my hay. He says, "Merry Christmas. I hope that present will do. I knocked some of the rough off that old pony for you." Then he buttoned his jacket, limped on away, unhobbled his reindeers, and climbed in his sleigh. And I heard him exclaim as he headed her back north, "I ain't never seen nothing buck like that horse."